What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? We got some good news about running back Austin Ekeler and his status for this Sunday against the Cleveland Browns. And we got more good news coming as rookie linebacker Jordan Magee, backup quarterback Marcus Mariota, and F.A. Obata had their 21-day return to practice window opened. It is now week 5. This is Rambling About Washington. What's going on, y'all? I woke up with a headache today, feeling a little bit under the weather, but we got some stuff to talk about on a Wednesday afternoon. Austin Ekeler is on track, and Dan Quinn feels positive about Ekeler playing this Sunday. Last week, we were coming on a short week. We went right to Arizona. It was never going to happen for him coming off a Monday night football game because it is a 5-step, pretty much step per day process in the concussion protocol to get cleared to play. So when Austin Ekeler received his concussion, it was late as it's like 10 o'clock on a Monday night, meaning he would have had to have all 5 steps completed before Friday to play. That was never going to happen. So Washington went without him, and the offense was business as usual. It was business as usual, and shout out to Jeremy McNichols for a 68-yard, 2-touchdown performance and being the best pass blocker I've seen here since Clinton Portis. Irony that he wears number 26 as well, because he will throw a Bama out the club in a heartbeat. You love that type of play from your running backs, especially your running back 3. That's a guy you need to dress on Sundays. But let's not pretend Austin Ekeler has not been the most dynamic player Washington has. In the kick return game, in the passing game, in the running game, he has been a jack of all trades for Washington. We don't need him to be a master of anything. We need him to spell Brian Robinson. We need him to throw defenses off and continue to be a bowling ball every time he gets the ball in his hand. He's our 3rd leading receiver, even without playing. He's 3rd or 4th leading receiver, even without playing on Sunday. He's a dog, and we got to get Austin Ekeler back in the lineup. I hope we have him versus a Cleveland Browns team with a really good defense. Do not look at the 1-3 record and think we can turn up our noses to this team. I know they got Deshaun Diddy Watson quarterback in that football team, but that defense can ball, and Myles Garrett is a top 3 to 5 defensive player in this league, and he's searching for blood because that was a playoff football team, and they don't expect to be here at 1-3 right now. So we cannot sleep on those guys. We also got news about the 21-day window opening up for Marcus Mariota, Jordan Magee, the Rook, and defensive end F.A. Obata. I'm glad to hear that about Obata because he's going to add something to this defense as well. He brings an energy. He's a pretty consistent pass rusher. He has a better pass rush plan than a lot of the guys we put out on the field now and before, even when Montez Sweat and Chase Young was in the building here in D.C. So getting him back is going to be pretty cool. I can't wait to see F.A. get back on the field. Marcus Mariota, don't really matter who the backup quarterback is right now, but nice to hear him getting activated to the 21-day window as well. And for those unfamiliar with what the 21-day window is, it allows players on the injury reserve, on the IR, to practice without counting against an active 53-man roster spot. Once the window is activated, teams have 21 days or 3 weeks to either elevate said player to the active roster or place them on season-ending IR. The players could also be released or traded during this window. Also, Jamison Crowder goes to the IR. We haven't really used him much. I hate to hear that for Jamison, but we haven't really needed his services much this year. I'm excited to see Jordan Magee because we talked about this last night, me, Lou, Rico, and Ed. Our linebackers are playing the entire game. Frankie Louvu and Bobby Wagner are playing every snap of the game. They are not getting spelled. They're not able to catch their breath. Thank God we have an offense that keeps them off the field and dominates time of possession, because our linebackers, which is currently the heartbeat and strength of this defense, these guys are on the field the entire game. It'll be nice to get some young legs out there. He's going to need time to get used to the speed of the game and to get back into game shape, missing the first month of the season. But this is a 4'5", 40 guy, a guy we took in the 5th round of the draft, and a guy who was getting a lot of green dot assignments early on during the training camp and spring portion of the offseason. This is a guy to have expectations for, and he's the guy who we expect to take over once Bobby Wagner either moves on or retires. So excited to see Jordan Magee, excited to see F.A. Abada, and Lord knows I am excited to get Austin Ekeler back, because he has been hinting at housing a kick for the last couple weeks. He housed one versus the Giants, got called back for holding, put us at the 30 to start the second half versus the Bengals, and every time he touches the ball on offense, it feels like a big play is liable to happen. Welcome back, Austin Ekeler, if you do return this week, and welcome back to practice Jordan Magee, Marcus Mariota, and F.A. Obata. Turning the page, y'all, we got the Cleveland Browns 1-3. Let me find out Washington is actually a favorite in a football game this week. We're looking at the game preview on NFL Network like we do each week. I'm going to my boy Brandon's page. Brandon J. Daniels, MVP. He's always on it when it comes to updating the fans on the X app, on the Twitter app. Shout out to Brandon. He put up the picks for this week. I didn't watch the preview yet, but well, you look at this. Well, you look at Washington getting some love. I think I like it better when they count us out. Like Kendrick said, I love when you count me out. I love when they count us out. I kind of don't like this. This sets up ye old trap game. But I'm not going to put the cart before the horse. I know we said a lot of things on that stream last night, and I know that burgundy and gold Kool-Aid is hitting different around this time of year. But when I look at the Cleveland Browns, I'm not looking at them as a 1-3 football team. I'm looking at them as still one of the better defenses in this league, one of the better coach teams in this league, and a team with playoff sights for 2024. So I'm not going to stare at Deshaun Watson, sorry ass, or whatever this person is that's wearing his uniform each week. And I'm not going to overlook or look past the Cleveland Browns. I know so many of us right now, we see that Dallas drummed them. We see that the Giants beat the Cleveland Browns, and we say, walk in the park. Not going to be a walk in the park anytime Myles Garrett's on that other side of the field. Anytime Denzel Ward is on that other side of the field. Anytime you play against a Jim Schwartz defense, expect a long day, and do not expect us to be running laps and track meets up and down the field with ease like we did versus the Bengals and versus the Arizona Cardinals. But it's funny how fast the tables turn, Douglas. Look at this. Everybody except Grant Gordon picked Washington to win. Let's look at some of these score predictions, because I know I already got one in mind. 27-20. My boo Colleen Wolf, 27-16. Even Adam Rank, who always hates us, 21-14. Marcus Grant, 30-24. Bucky Brooks, 20-10. I like that one. I like 30-20. I like that one. We'll get back to that one. 22-18, Maurice Jones-Drew. 30-17, 26-18, 29-24. That tells me one of two things. They think the Cleveland Browns are absolute fodder, or they think Washington is a pretty good football team. I'm looking around. I see us at 9, 8, 7 on power rankings. On Colin Cowherd's herd hierarchy, he had us at number 7. Stephen A. Smith got us in his top 5. And boy, does the media like talking about our quarterback. This feels good. And we are still earlier than a rival. Nothing would make me feel better than getting to 4-1 to start the season. I can't even remember the last time we started 4-1. If I'm correct, I want to say that was the 2008 season where Jim Jones started the season 6-2, but I may stand corrected. If you have that fact, drop that in the comments below. But 4-1 would feel amazing. There's no trap game. We're not a good football team just yet. We're on a little bit of a heater right now, and it feels amazing. It feels good, and I got my head up high and my chest poked out, but we're not good enough yet to talk about trap game. Trap games are for good football teams who run into a team that they should dominate. We're not there yet. We just learned how to dominate a team for the first time, and it feels like a decade versus the Cardinals on Sunday. So, trap game, not so much. Not so much. We're still trying to figure out who we are in 2024. But if we get this one, boy, will spirits be running high as we head into Baltimore. Lamar Jackson versus Jaden Daniels next week. They're going to be talking about that dumbass comparison of Lamar and Jaden. It's crazy. I think the guy we played this week, the former version of him pre P. Diddy charges and allegations, I think he was a closer comp to Jaden Daniels than Lamar Jackson was. But we're not going to look forward to the Ravens game. Like I said, we need to be where our feet are, and currently they reside in first place with a matchup versus the Cleveland Browns on Sunday. I'm going to have Chef Zay, big time content creator and big social media following for the Cleveland Browns, on tonight to talk to me about how the hell they fell to 1-3 and lost to the Las Vegas Raiders last week. I'm going to catch y'all a little bit later unless some news comes out. I'll be on it immediately for an impromptu live stream. If you didn't see the stream last night, me, Ed Oliver, Rico from Street Scores, and Louis T, we broke down and graded every position group and the quarterback and the coaches through the first quarter of the NFL season. Make sure you check out our Commanders Council stream. Just 2 hours and 37 seconds of pure vindicated fandom and black man joy. But that's all I got for right now. Until next time, hail to the Washington Commanders. Commander Rio, out.